don't think you did.
Test it, and I think I turned it back off.
Mic check 1 2 3 4. Check check. Microphone check. Check 1 2 3 4. Check check 1 2 3 4. Mic check 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 check. Mic check 1 2 3 4. Mic check 1 2 3 4.
I'm not trying to talk.
Check check 1 2.
Sometimes it feels like getting a like they just let everyone have an article sometimes.
Monday morning.
Like it feels like a lead, like half the time it's just like a weird post.
Yeah. No, I've definitely heard that criticism before.
The one at the police station.
Oh, where, yeah.
That was even then. I wasn't doing this. Yeah, I'm just figuring this shit out pretty much.
Nice. Shooting from the hip.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
I don't know how serious. I don't even know if just because I've been out here with all the police protest stuff. Like I don't imagine I'm gonna.
You gotta sell yourself better.
Yeah.
You gotta.
As a journalist.
Yeah.
Because I do like I'm pretty obvious where I like pretty obvious where.
Yeah. What? I mean, if you're upfront about it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Jerry, how are you?
I'm alright.
Look at all that. Oh, snap it
Yeah,
up.
the campaigning too sometimes.
Yeah,
you're looking good today.
I look at the door. Oh, look at all. I look at all. I'm clean up. Ran around the house, pajamas, and nothing on. Well, cutting grass, picking up kids, cleaning up grass. Well, I look good. Have you ever heard of citations needed?
No.
Podcast. Like media criticism.
Thing on the camera.
Yeah, I'm putting another button. I don't know what it is. I think. Yeah,
Well, I don't
I
have the
think
black
you're rushing
thing. I
food.
don't
You
even
can
have
put some of that food.
Heat to it.
Yeah, I don't like. Every time I eat food, I throw up.
I know right where it's at.
So who's the person from the
So PSL is sending
Either on the camera or in there.
and I kind of like hang out and support it.
Yeah, I tried to do something with my mini tripods at one point.
Yeah, neat.
Because I wanted it on there.
Okay, go ahead.
PSA did not want to send like the speaker, but they said that L was the speaker. And so I was thinking those are probably after and then we can get to there at the end. Does that make sense? Yeah. I feel like
I
it's
think the lawyer should be laughing at other people.
yeah, well, and also I feel like it's good. I feel like it's good to like hit them with that right when they're getting bored. You know what I mean? Too, because then it'll have impact. I think that's a good place to leave off.
I check it. cut the rug?
I've definitely seen some solidarity coming from the area, like signs, like the media.
That was, I don't know, I didn't see the news this morning.
They're experts on it. They've been doing it for like 10
Yeah,
years.
they're really good. It's obviously very like. They mean it, but it's also very effective. They gain a lot of sympathy. Absolutely.
What's up?
Absolutely.
It kind of
What is the name? Cut the plastic. Well, that's a good question, because cut the plastic is not supposed to be about this this shit all day. So, cut the plastic is about environmental consumption and infrastructure.
I thought it was cutting down the newspaper.
No. So, I know, it's funny, it's true. So my degree from Metro State is in sustainable infrastructure practices. And when I preach about no water, no toilets, the infrastructure, that's actually like, is about the way we consume and the environmental impact. So our forefathers, when they built the Pentagon, they put water fountains into the infrastructure on the outside of the building. Right? Those pillars with the flower gardens and all, they have water fountains that don't work anymore. There was free water for all people. Right? Single-use water bottle, 25% of the volume. Three times the volume of that water is how much water is used, and that's used. Right? So, cut the plastic. Brian Loma actually helped Civic Center Conservancy go green when they recycling and composting and a food truck. It's now a contract with food trucks. Right? They're electrifying Civic Center Park in the next 5 to 10 years. So the food trucks go off gas generators and onto electric. Right? All these things are about the consumption practices. So you'll see in the next, the rest of this year and into 2021, we're actually, I just met with a lawyer earlier this morning. We're moving into the next phase of what this is supposed to be, which is about education and practices. Trying to look at the years of washable baskets.
A long time ago, someone else had this many years ago. His girlfriend at the time.
Like it was so weird. Like so for a while we were just so close. And we found out about it.
It's a rabbit hole.
Fall out down into the stream. They're gonna have a permit. What?
Well, yeah, this goes on. No conflict reports.
I don't want anybody to die.
No, yeah.
Like as a leader of this community, I'm really concerned. I'm concerned about the fact that people are hiring armed security to walk them through protests because they create an angry environment where they're not wanted. I've called people out for carrying guns at protests. I've gotten to the place where I actually have to start supporting it. I'm sad. You know what I mean? It's tough. So what's going to happen on Saturday is that I'm going to be at the Whittier Farmers Market at like 8 o'clock till noon. There's going to be community living in support of one another in small areas, and it's going to be hopefully a bigger story
I took off.
than what happens
I took off
on Saturday afternoon.
the third
Because the local farmers market, community finding solutions to supporting one another and sharing the goodness that they have should be a bigger story than some people who want to fight or the color of your skin make you matter. Solutions oriented, right? So, but I am worried. I think that I don't want people who aren't trained to handle guns getting concealed carry licenses and not knowing what they're doing with them. And that's my concern. Because I can tell you that there are people going to trainings and they're doing it.
Technically, Pelosi's supposed to be president.
On both sides.
Which is a weird thing to think about.
I saw 10-foot flagpoles, giant flags,
It's like everything's
driving
like you presume.
through Denver don't think that the street protesters are trapping themselves in such a way. You might see some shields, but I don't think you're going to see 8-foot poles, 10-foot poles, lots of tough racing. There is a food drive though. They're gathering soup. So, I think there might be cans available. Off the record, that's my answer to what you're going to see on Saturday.
We'll see.
I hope it's not. I hope it's as fun as no party for the police. Because that was fun. Not violent.
Maybe next year the same way when we got the code change for Taylor Home Business. I took 2 years to do that. And
No taxation.
right now, they're trying to force everybody back into the show. But they pull them all back up. COVID.
No cleanups.
The whole thing is, they have no idea what the hell they're doing.
Without criminal causing.
And you quote me on that. They want to go together. They have to pay so selfish, self-love, and self-serving that it's ridiculous that people stop and say, no, not in my backyard. Not in your backyard, where?
I'm trying to do my own stuff. My coffee.
They're doing it. They're moving people still there, still in the buying every day. But you talk about resources. Resources, we have always had them. We have always had the home. We have always had the shelter. We have always had those things are already
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Now we have
I was
to do
just
it.
looking at top things I didn't recognize
Housing.
them, but yes, I do.
Housing
Yeah, I've been
first.
like,
Now, keep that.
I'm trying to do
First, because that's the
we were trying to do that for locally.
that's because to address other situations in their life. It's that simple.
Yeah,
Don't continue to go around here and put
We
band-aids
aren't
on
currently
operations.
accepting like new members to our collective, but we're totally, I'm actually teaching a class on Thursday for the Denver Freedom School.
Oh, you're doing that?
Very simple solution.
I've been.
It's not hard. It's not complicated. They make it complicated. They make it complicated.
Yeah, I've been doing. Trying to do.
We're waiting.
I think we're mostly waiting
On an attorney
Yeah.
to arrive, I believe, so that we may What's going on? We're having a press conference. You want to come join us? It's all about taking care of the unhoused members of our community. Yeah. Nice.
You can just use it, like, you have something, but like add like a theme. I think we should try to spread out a
A few more signs if anybody wants to come up with a sign.
Do it, you know you want to.
All right, hello. So, just gonna kick us off here to hear from a whole bunch of folks about why we're here. We have a number of folks who are around us right now, a part of our crowd, who are about to be displaced tomorrow.
Boo!
And the day after that, and the day after that, and onward and onward and onward. We have a really important big announcement to make, but we're going to hear that announcement last. First, we're going to hear from some residents of this camp about what the real effects are of these sweeps, of these move-on orders, of this seizure of property, this violation of rights that's happening day after day after day. So I want to start out by calling up one of the plaintiffs in a lawsuit you'll be hearing about soon, somebody who has had experience with sweep after sweep. Lunch meat, will you come on up?
Yeah, we've been displaced from down at the river trying to camp, and the places where camping looks like it would be all right, you know, you'd think. And we lost all of our stuff at Civic Park. They started building the fence around us before they ever told us to get out, and we lost everything. My wife and I had to start over several times. It's really hard, really hard.
Lunch meat. I'm not sure if the other residents are here right now. Tomasa, can you hear me? If Tomasa's here. Tomasa, calling to the mic.
Tomasa!
We might have to come back to Tomasa. So as we're waiting on Tomasa, let's have the residents of neighbors around here. Residents who live in houses in this neighborhood are here to say why they oppose these sweeps. Why they say no, we are residents living in houses and we don't think that people should be swept from block to block. So we're very honored to have some neighbors right here in this very block, Alexis and Mike. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Please come on up.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike. I live in the building right there, over there. I have a full-time job. Every weekend I go groceries in Natural Grocer, which is 3 blocks from here, in that direction. Last week, I received a message from the management of my building. Let me pull it up. It says, encampment at 14th and Logan. There may be a lot of activity in the surroundings. Please do not hesitate to call. For the people who are experiencing distress and chaos due to the dislocation, I think there are more we can do for them than calling the security. Sorry. Tomorrow, Alexis, my partner, and I are holding a protest at 7 a.m. in this location to speak out against the sweep. Sweeps are just band-aid solution that disband people without offering real alternatives. And we want to speak out against that because nobody wants to be on the streets, so when they do, there are reasons for that fits their situation. And many of the people who are dislocated, tomorrow we just move from one block to another, and then a few weeks from now we're gonna hear from another community that have the same frustrations and the same dialogues that we are having until today. I know it's a lot to ask because it's easy to just call on police or security on people. But I think if we can really make it right this time, we are going to emerge stronger and a more united Capitol. Thank you.
Thank you, Mika. Can people hear me? No. So my name is Alexis, and I'm also a resident at that building over there that looks out straight into the encampment on this street, Logan Street. And we know that people have differing opinions on a solution to homelessness, and we had opportunities to hear from them. We posted 2 days ago on the Nextdoor social media app that we were holding a protest tomorrow. We got from 20 people about 200 comments, and many of them were depicting the houseless people as criminals, drug dealers, and then brushing over all of them as, you know, as criminals. Like no one was worth, you know, being housed. And so we understand that the opinions differ, but before they get to that, people often say, we feel for the homeless people. And so I see that as contradictions when people feel for people in our neighborhood, right? Feel for the homeless people and yet call them criminals and yet don't want them to be near their neighborhood. So it's kind of like not in my backyard for homeless, for this homeless encampment, right? Put him in another yard that is not mine, right? Without actually addressing the solution. So I'm saying the same things as Mike, but yeah, we really understand that people don't want anything to happen to other people, right? And that's how they start a conversation. And so maybe we can draw upon that commonality, right? And get to solutions instead of sweeping, right? Address Chris Hines, right? Address a message to the mayor.
Where is Chris Hines?
Where is Chris Hines? Exactly. That's right. So this is a message, right? The people here probably don't need to hear this, but the people who are not here, the Chris Hines of the world, my fellow neighbors, other fellow neighbors, they're not all here, right? So that's a work we have to do. Yeah, thank you so much for this platform.
Thank you to the neighbors for speaking up for folks' rights. Next, we have an important person to hear from, somebody who has been through this time and time again. Green Eyes, you are up. Come on up.
Give it up for Green Eyes.
How you doing? Oh yeah.
Yeah. How you guys doing? Okay. Yeah, I thought it was kind of unfair about what happened down there at the park. They took our belongings and stuff the same day. They didn't give us a notice. They just came. I woke up to, you know, how the beeping sound, beep, beep, beep. I woke up to that, and they okay. Yeah. And they took all our stuff and trashed it. So I didn't think that was fair. And then, like, we end up moving over, like a block over, like, or two. And, you know, we have our tents here now, and now they're giving us another warning, telling us that we gotta move again. So, trying to figure out what we gotta do, what kind of help we can get, you know, or any resources. We don't have a lot of people coming out letting us know, you know, where to go next or what to do. So, trying to figure that out. But I'm just trying to say, hey, if they can give us a little bit more time, you know what I mean? Like another week or two just to figure out some more stuff, or if they can give us information of where to go, that'd be great, you know? So,
To where?
huh?
We belong to where?
Yeah, move along to where? I don't know where. So like tomorrow, we're gonna be packing our stuff and trying to figure out where to go, but all our stuff is gone again. So. I like that sign though, sweet. The streets, not people. Yeah, I'm tell you, shoot. Yeah, man. But I mean, I appreciate you guys' support and everything for the homeless out here, and that gives us a lot of help. A lot of people have been coming out here, giving us food and stuff like that, so we can, survive. I appreciate that, man. Y'all real cool for that.
What do you think of this model camp that was set up over the weekend with facilities?
I don't know anything about that.
Would you move into one of those?
Safe outside the camp. Safe outdoor space.
So they're talking about
putting up a safety camp where unhoused neighbors can go and live without being harassed by the police or the establishment, so that y'all can get yourself together and work together, and then the city do their part as far as getting housing available for you guys.
Yeah, but for right now, I mean, I'm like, shoot, it'd be better if they just gave us some new tents. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if it were such an eyesore and everything, you might as well just get, nice little new tents, and have a little bit of rules. Tell them, keep all your stuff in the tent instead of leaving it out on the sidewalk and stuff, and work together on this.
Why not live in a shelter?
Shelters, I mean, it's all right, but it's just overcrowded, and not even that, but they got a lot of stipulations. A lot of people don't want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? We're homeless, but we ain't in jail. You know what I mean? It feel like that.
I suggest you take a night in a shelter.
Yeah, let us hear you.
Then you'll know.
Yeah.
Don't announce it.
Yeah, I've done it already. I've been to a couple shelters. So, like New Genesis down the street, things like that. I've been to those shelters.
That's not a shelter. They make you pay to stay.
They make you pay to stay like $70 a week.
Right.
Yep. So it's not really helping you. You're actually helping them. But
other than new tents, what would be helpful to you?
Water. like place where you can shower. They got so much portable stuff nowadays. I've seen like portable showers for like $20 on like Amazon. You just get a bucket and fill it with water. They got a little motor and it shoots it on you. I thought that was cool. $20. I appreciate them putting that porta potty over there. We didn't have that for the longest, so people was.
Shout out to Denver Homes Do not give the city credit that they ain't doing anything. That was done by Denver Homes Out Loud.
That's bomb. That's bomb.
The water station came by MAD, M-A-D. Mutual aid, something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well.
But I appreciate that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If they can show us some love like that, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? To help us out, let us know where we're going next. Cause ahead of time.
Thank you.
Okay, we want to hear from some of the organizations that are here. There's a whole bunch of organizations that are a part of this resistance of the sweeps of the inhumanity. There's groups like DSA, like PSL, like the Moms, the Wall of Moms, a whole bunch of groups. There's probably lots of others that we haven't heard from. And so we want to just at least hear quickly from one organization that's here to speak out against the sweeps and to talk about how this criminalization of homelessness is tied directly to racism and to our fucked up and to our problematic housing policies, to the what's going on in our housing, what's going on in terms of racism in our nation and police brutality and homelessness are all interconnected. So I want to call up Nate to say a few words from PSL. Thank you.
Yeah, give it up for Nate.
Hello. All right. So during this pandemic, the city of Denver continually refuses to meet the needs and the requirements that the CDC has put out. With no other options, displaced people are forced to move along and dispersed elsewhere throughout the city until the next time they're swept. This is an absurd, cruel, and inhumane response to the homelessness crisis here. In Denver, there's empty housing all over, about 20,560 units, and this housing should not sit empty. While the city of Denver counts millions of dollars from developers and mishandles taxpayer money, they refuse to support the unhoused community without even on their basic needs. Like my friend over here said, the community here itself has raised $20,000 for the sanitation stations. Mutual aid networks help provide food, clothes, and materials while the city sits on taxpayer money. Right. They spend it on sweeps to enact violence on the people that they swore to serve. Rather, the community continuously pays for fences to block off parks. They pay for cops to fence off encampments at 4 a.m. and to sweep them violently. They pay for weapons and ammunition to attack protesters that stand up for their unhoused neighbors. They pay for waste workers to bulldoze the tents of our neighbors and carelessly throw away their belongings. This week, this will be the 4th encampment in the last 3 weeks that the city has swept. And these residents are given no help, no solutions, and no answers whatsoever, even despite their efforts and their proposals to the city. These proposals are well thought out, well planned, and they are viable solutions. These solutions have worked in other cities all over the U.S., but still the city gives no response. These crimes against our neighbors are inhumane, and we stand with them in our demands. Housing is a human right, and we demand housing, not sweeps. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. There's another resident, I believe, that's going to kind of come speak with us. Sophie, are you around still? Sophie.
Sophie, give it up for Sophie.
All right.
What I want to say is that there's no place for couples. No place. There's no place for people that just got married. I just got married last month, at the end of last month. So when is the government going to help the couples? Instead of separating us and making us get divorces, which makes our divorce rate go up, why not build apartments for couples? And I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I'm 40, okay? The government hasn't done shit, and they won't do shit. That's their problem. They want to sweep us and sweep us and sweep us until we get tired, and then we start taking it out on the police. Because that's the next step. I'm promising you. Because I'm tired of the sweeps. And we have people coming out, and they're going to protest tomorrow. So guess what? The sweep is going to be canceled. Want to know why? Because they did it at the school, and they gave us two extra months at the school. I've seen it happen so many times, and so many times we bust our butts keeping things clean. I get up at 5:30 every morning. That's my team right there. I get up at 5:30 every morning to make sure this place is clean, to make sure the trash is taken out, to make sure their yard's taken care of, to make sure that that when the maintenance man come in, they don't have a worry because it's already been done. I do that. Not the government, not Polis, not Mayor Hancock. Because if he did, he should put himself one day in our shoes. They wouldn't make it. They wouldn't make it. They wouldn't make it. And for every preppy person out here that wants to say, kill yourselves, go kill yourselves, because you're a paycheck away from being here. And then you'll be asking me for my help. And me to watch your back and watch your stuff. I mean, I've had people threaten my life. On a daily, we deal with that. On a daily. There is nothing that we don't deal with on a daily. And not all of us are drug dealers. And not all of us are out here being stupid. And not all of us are out here causing havoc. Not all of us are out here doing something stupid. Some of us are on waiting lists to get housing. So some of us have done the housing thing, and some of us have done the government thing. I just got out of prison in April, okay? I'm on a waiting list, and I've been on a waiting list for 3 years now, through St. Francis. So, the moral of the story is, the government ain't did shit, and they ain't gonna do shit. They're not. They're gonna sit on their little preppy butts in their office and sit there and do nothing. And when their police officers start getting beat up, because that's the next step, because the homeless are getting tired of being swept, we're getting tired of not being back, we're getting tired of standing alone. Stand alone for what? Tomorrow I'll be standing with the protesters. Tomorrow I will. I don't know about anybody else, but I will. And then we'll see what gets done. Because the homeless needs to start banding together and standing together instead of being divided. Forget all this divided shit and let's fight my neighbor because that's the best thing to do. No. Get yourself up, protest, deal with the government the way you need to deal with the government. Maybe if they heard one or more of our voices, maybe they would get it through their thick heads that we're tired of their bullshit and we're not going to tolerate it anymore. We have no time for this, to be swept. Go somewhere else and sweep something else. Go home and sweep your floor. Go home, deal with your wife. Go home, deal with your husband. Go home and deal with something else besides dealing with the homeless. Because we're out here doing nothing wrong. Leave us the fuck alone. Go on and get some criminals that are out here causing ruckus, breaking into places, and doing something stupid. If I'm in my tent, leave me the hell alone, because I ain't answering my door to no Denver police officer. Point blank period. And you can't come in my door if I don't invite you. You can't come in that door if I don't invite you. If you ain't invited, don't come in that door, because you're going to get the wrong end of the deal. Period. Come in my door. It's to make my day long. It's just like a house. That's my house. You're invading it. Moral of the story is we need to stand together, not divided, united, and we need to start doing it tomorrow so these cops and this government will understand that Safrano Lynn Elias is not going nowhere.
Thank you, Sophie. Speaking for everybody right there, that was powerful. Thank you. I'm going to call up somebody else who has plenty of experience with sweeps, with being moved on, with the police, with all of this bullshit. And before I do that, I just want to say one thing about what brought us to this place right now. We're not in this position right now with thousands, and I mean thousands, of people living on our streets in tents or with tarps or with nothing, because people want to be, because people are